Welcome to what I'm calling Wait, You Can Do What with Google Slides? Videonar, which in my mind is sort of like a webinar, but it'll be a static video that just sits in Cyberland, probably on Facebook, and you can connect with me through the comments. I'm pretty vigilant at getting back to people as soon as possible, so the video will be available, freely available. It won't matter what your time zone is. Grab a coffee, sit down, watch it at your leisure, and hopefully get some great ideas about how you can use Google Slides in your piano teaching. If you haven't met me before, my name is Joanne and you can find me at that email address. I also look after the playaroundpiano.com website where I upload all of the resources that I found have been useful in my own studio. Most of them are free, so pop on over there and check them out if you haven't already done so. I'm also the administrator for Google Slides for Piano Teachers Facebook group, which is a group that's been growing quite substantially in the last few months, and lots and lots of resources already on there for you to use. A little bit of background about me. I am a piano teacher. I have a full studio at the moment with about 40 piano students. All of my lessons are individual lessons and they're about 45 minutes in length. I teach a range of ages from preschool up to octogenarians. It's great fun. Now, what I'll be doing in this video now is presenting a mock lesson with my fictitious student Ben, who is a late beginner, lovely boy, and we're going to go through some of the activities that he could go through in a lesson. Let me just say, this is a very, very long lesson. There would be no way that you would get through all of these activities, even if you had an hour's lesson. But my purpose here is to show you the breadth of things that you can do with Google Slides in your piano lessons, and I thought it might be more interesting to see them in the context of a piano lesson rather than just let me sit here and talk to you about them in a traditional PowerPointy Google Slidey type presentation. My hope is that you'll get a bit of a glimpse into the huge variety of applications of Google Slides and Google Docs and Forms and all the other Googly products that are free and very intuitive, so easy to use that it might spark your own creativity and you can get making some resources yourself. They're very, very easy to do. But if you haven't got the time or you would rather find some pre-invented wheels, stay around to the end and I'll give you some resources where you can go and find presentations and resources that have already been made and are ready to go. Of course, Google Slides are a wonderful resource to use in a whole variety of contexts, individual lessons, group lessons, face-to-face lessons, and of course online lessons. You just need a computer, but even better if you've got an iPad, because that sits quite nicely on the piano ledge and you can access everything that way. And let's get going with Ben's lesson. Hi Ben, welcome back to your piano lessons for the term. Hope you had a great break. Let's have a look and see where we were up to. It's been a while. I can't remember what we did last time. I hope you can. Let's just open up your practice book and see what's what. Now there's your lesson snapshot from last time. So let's have a little look and see what's on that and see if we can remember what we did. It was a while ago, that last lesson, a couple of weeks now. And you were working on some sight reading belts, getting better at that, and also moving forward with your repertoire in the Penta Adventure series. Good. Let's just have a listen to the audio comment that I sent home and see if we can remember some of the things that we did last time.
Hello, Mrs. Smith. Congratulations to Ben for a great piano lesson last time. We looked at several new areas. We had a look at a technique exercise to help get his hands and his fingers that beautiful dome shape. We had a look at a new scale. We then went on to some...
Oh, that's terrific. It's all come back to me now. I'm hoping you remember what went on, and I certainly do, so we can move forward. I think one of the biggest achievements last term was that lovely recording that you did of that bagatelle that you'd been working on for such a long time. Let's have a listen because it really was a wonderful achievement. Great job. And I think you got a few mentions in our newsletter. Here's the weekly newsletter. I'm hoping Mum showed this to you. We've got the news about the studio. We've got some news about the new snapshots that everyone's getting. Congratulations to some of your piano friends. And of course, there you are down the bottom with a big congratulations on your practice achievement and getting your practice ribbon. That's a wonderful, wonderful achievement. And of course, Mum was asking for my email address. So if you remember, just point that out to her. It's down the bottom of the newsletter. The term newsletter came out as well, and I think you even got a mention in that. Let's see, we had a bit of a wrap up about what went on during the term. And of course, we had the dates to come back. I'm so glad you've turned up. And a little bit about keeping on washing your hands and being lovely and COVID safe. Here are some new things in the practice book. I hope you've had a chance to check them out. If not, we're going to be looking at them this term. Even one of the games on there we're going to be actually playing today. A lot of fun. And there you are with your lovely recording of Sunny Susanna. Again, a wonderful achievement for all the practice that you did last term. Let's have a little bit of a listen and see how good it sounds. Oh, you did it. Wonderful, wonderful job. All right, let's go back and have a look at the things that we said that you might have a look at over the holidays. So you're going to look at technique and scales, a bit of sight reading, and you're going to have a look at your repertoire piece that we were working on, and of course your lead sheet that we just started having a look at. And of course, you always finish off your practice with a dessert piece, which is something easy and fun, because that's what piano playing is all about, having lots of fun. Let's have a look at that technique piece we were doing and see how you went. You were concentrating on making beautiful piano hands, lovely dome shaped. So get your fingers all nice and curved, and let's have a little go and see how this is looking on the piano. Oh, that is sounding and looking terrific. I can see that you've been doing a lot of work on that. So I would say there's absolutely no doubt that you've earned the next ninja, which is the green one. And we'll have a look at the next one next week. Now let's go back. We might have a look in the practice book now and see what else we can do. Now, I believe you've got a birthday coming up this week. Let's have a little bit of birthday fun. We'll tap on the present and see what sort of fun activities we're going to do for your birthday today. Let's do a little bit of singing. Remember, when we accompany, we just play chords. Off we go. And you can play that at home for your family. Let's have a look and see if you've got a composer buddy. Maybe there was a famous composer born on exactly the same day that you were born. We can work out how long ago that was and who it was. Now, this is a terrific one to play if you don't want to sing, if you want the piano to sing. Let's play this lovely lead sheet of Happy Birthday. All right, let's get back to your practice book and see where we're at. Let's have a look at where we're up to with your scale smileys. Oh, good. We've got some parallel motion happening. Let's go with the right hand. They're sounding very smooth. And the contrary motion sounding very, very legato as well. Lovely, lovely touch. I think we were going to start a new scale this lesson, weren't we? And that was the chromatic scale. Let's have a go at that one. Oh, you managed that very well. So I am quite confident that that smiley is now yours and you've collected another one of the C major scale smileys. Great job. Excellent. Well done. And next week we might have a look at another one. Now, it's one of your pieces of music that had the G major scale, isn't it? So let's just refresh our memories of the notes that are in the G major scale before we get going and see if we can work that out. And talking about the G major scale, during the week, have a look at this video. It's got some wonderful ideas on how you can do some really, really easy improvising with the notes of the G major scale and start to create some music of your own.
Okay, so as a piano player, chances are you've been told to practice your scales. Now, I don't know about you.
I think it's time for some rhythm activities. Let's have a look and see about note values. We might have a little quiz. Now, can you remember the name of that note and its value? Can you remember the name of that note and rest and its value? Yeah, and what about these? And finally, what's this little one down the bottom? Yeah, wonderful work. Very, very good memory. Well done. Let's have a look at some rhythm tapping. That's always a lot of fun. Maybe we'll get the sticks out and you can tap along on the sticks with the rhythm. Here is our track. Why don't we do a bit of Star Wars today? We haven't done that one yet. Let's have a look at the Star Wars track and tap along with that. it's time to have a look at some other terms that we've come across in our music. Let's have a look and see if we can remember some of these. Which ones of these can you remember? We've done the note values. Yes, that's right. Treble. Yes, great. Can you remember that one? Wonderful. Yes, that's exactly right. What about the ones up here? Not so sure. All right, let's have a little refresher and then we'll see if we can remember them. What about this one? Great job. Let's have a look at a video. They're specifically about dynamics. They're pretty hard to remember, aren't they? So let's have a see if we can find something that's going to make them nice and straightforward. Here's a fun video. It puts everything into a great song.
Hello people, hello friends, this is the show.
Let's see if you've brought your piano listening ears with you today. I think it's time for a listening game. Here we go. We will roll the dice. Let's see what comes up. Oh, number 2. What do we have to do? All right, step up 5, sing them, and sing the 2 notes that come after. Off we go. I can see you've got your piano ears today. Let's find another listening game. I think we'll do the Do You Hear What I Hear game. That's always a lot of fun. I think you're up to level 2, weren't you? Let's have a little look-see in there. I think you're actually up to number 2 if we have a look on your sheet. Let's have a listen to number 2. That's an interesting one. Let's have a go and see if we can find the notes on the piano. Sounds very accurate to me. Now let's try writing it down. I think we should have a little check and see how you're going. What about the first 2 bars? Looks to me like you've got them down pat. Let's keep going and see if we can work out the second half. And we'll have a little check. Yeah, good job. Nice, accurate manuscript writing. Beautiful, neat notes. Why don't we play it? Cute little tune. So your mission, if you should choose to accept it, is to keep writing and finish that little tune off with 4 more bars of your own composition at home, and we'll play it next week. Let's have another listening game. I think we might do something with intervals because they can be a bit tricky at times. We were having a look at the minor third interval, weren't we? It's that sad one. Let's play it. Play it going up and then play it going down. Sometimes songs can help us hear the interval that we're trying to work out, and This Old Man is a great one for working out the minor third going down. Let's have a listen to This Old Man and we'll see how we can use that to help us find that interval. It's time for some sight reading. Let's have a look where you're up to with your sight reading belts. Oh, you've collected 4 already. That's a wonderful effort. We're up to the blue one now. Let's put the blue notes into our Flashnote Derby app and have a little practice and then see if today is going to be the day that you get your blue belt. It sounds to me like that was a great success. So let's make sure that we now have your blue belt added to your collection. Let's have another note game. Here's a little quiz for you. We need to name the note that's in the first bass of the treble clef and work out where that named note is in the bass and where else it might be. Have some thinking time and see how you go. Let's have a check. Oh, very good. It's F. Yes, and you can also find it in another spot on the treble clef. Let's try another one. Oh, we've got A. Where is an A in the treble? Where is an A in the bass? And where else might we find an A? I think we should do some repertoire playing now. Let's have a look at your book, The Penta Adventure, and see where we're up to. I think that we finished off the first one in the series last time. Let's have a little recap. I'd love to hear that one again because you played it so beautifully. Oh, that's sounding very smooth and quite in style with the piece. I think we should have a look at the next one now, as that was one of your goals to move on in the book. Let's have a little game with it first. Here's the hard copy of that piece of music. Have a look at that in front of you. And I think we might have a little under the microscope game. Which number will we start with? Let's start with number 1. All right, let's see if you can tell me the answers to those questions. That sounds pretty right to me. Let's pick another number. All right, number 6. Let's see if we can find the answers to those questions on your sheet music. We might have a look at your classical music now. Oh, let's see what you can remember about the periods of music. If I said to you, what was the name of the period between 1600 and 1750, what would you say? That's right. What about the next one that went to 1820? Good job. And the next? And the next. Wonderful. So hopefully all of those are very, very well cemented in your brain. Let's have a go at another classical period game. Why don't we have a look at your gallery? Because I believe that one of the last pieces that you did in the classics was by Diabelli. Can you remember much about the classical period? Let's go back and have a look. Oh, look at the fashions that they were wearing at the time. And that picture of everyone gathered together, that was like a modern day rock concert. They used to sit around in a salon and listen to music, and the piano looked like the diagram down the bottom. Let's have a listen to that bagatelle. I think this is the recording that you spent a bit of time listening to before you did your own performance recording. Now I've lost track of how many composers you've collected in your passport. Let's have a little look. Oh, there you are. Nice picture. That's right, we did that piece by Bach a little while ago. We've done the Diabelli and the Turk music as well, and the Cola. Very good. Let's have a look, but nothing in the modern period. So we might have to have a look at that this term and see if we can get something in there. And of course, we've got your lovely gallery where all your beautiful pieces are available and on display for anyone in your family to listen to. On to something creative. Oh, let's have a game. Why don't we make up a little motif and see what we can do with it? Oh, there's so many different things that we could do on that wheel, but it's come up to change the articulation. So rather than legato, let's play it staccato. Let's have another game. Let's have another creative making music game. And a box of chocolates at the same time. Which one would you like to pick? All right, let's have that white chocolate heart. You need to pick 3 or 5 notes anywhere on the piano and play along with the backing track. Well, let's find the notes first. All right, you've had a lovely listen to the backing track, got in the mood. Let's have a listen now and see if we can put some piano music, improvise some piano music over the top of that track. Let's do something else creative because you started looking at lead sheets. We talked about the different sorts of written music that you might come across, and lead sheets are a very different way that music can be represented. And remember, we've just got the melody and the chords. Let's find the chords. We've played the melody through a few times. Why don't we try playing along with the backing track? Let's have a look at a game. Let's do an improvisation game. Which one will we pick? Number 9? Oh, good. So here's a nice bass pattern. We've got block chords in the left hand and we're doing 2 chords in every bar. Once you've got that under your fingers, let's have a go at putting a little right hand melody over the top. Let's have a look and see what Holly did this week. She was also doing a little bit of jamming over chord progression, and this is what she came up with. More creative things. That's right, we were looking at accompanying, playing along with the Beatles. Here is the chord chart for Let It Be. Let's put the Beatles on and you can play along. And there's also a couple of videos here, a couple of tutorials showing you some different things that you might want to add into your accompaniment, a few little fancy bells and whistles that you can put in. So have a look at them during the week and just put into your accompaniment anything that you think might enhance the sound. Let's have a look at some more music. We've got Halloween coming up. Let's have a look at some spooky Halloween music. We've got the backing track in position. Off we go. Here's some escape rooms for you. I think it'd be good to have a go at the dynamics one during the week, seeing that was a little bit itchy and scratchy before in our lesson. Just tap on the good old Nemo and keep working through it, and then we'll have a look next week and see how you got on. Oh, let's have a look at some of the things that you've collected on your own page. Looks like we've got lots of recordings in your recording file to choose from. Let's pick one and have a little listen. Oh, let's also have a look at your report. That's just come out. So if you have a look, you've done a wonderful job making sure that all those dots are moving forward. And of course, we had your special presentation for our studio book where you did that lovely, where you chose those lovely images and wrote down those beautiful reflections about your recording. And over the holidays, how did you go making your origami piano? Now, the Studio Spotlight book came out in the holidays as well. It's got everybody's special presentation that they did during the year. Let's have a look and see what we've got. There's Elsie's, Elliot's, and Mary did a lovely recording, and Maddie. And I sent home your piano yearbook as well. Can you remember your piano yearbook? That was everything that you achieved at the end of last year. That was your reflection, and goodness me, you had a wonderful year last year, didn't you? Oh, and this was your favourite recording from last year. Let's have a listen. And then you selected some other recordings to include, which are all part of that particular set that we looked at. Oh, lovely photo of your spring celebration concert, and of course all your awards and achievements, and what a beautiful composition you put at the end of your book. Why don't we have a look at some of the rooms? I think we should have a look at your piano room first. And, oh, that's right, you've got your certificates up on the wall. You've got 4 certificates already. That's terrific. And your practice ribbon is up there as well. And remember, on this page, you can get to all the bits and pieces that you might be interested in. All your achievements, you can go to the games room from here. If you can't remember what we did during the week, you can get to your lesson snapshot. Show off all your recordings, and of course your reports are just hyperlinked as well, as is your practice book. So easy access to everything that you'll need. And of course you can go to the music library. I think we talked about doing some classics. Have a look at this particular book during the week, and we'll have a look and see which one out of this book you'd like to add to your classics collection. I did hear that you played some of the music games over the weekend. Which one was your favourite? Oh yes, I do like the Incredibox one myself. Let's have a little go. Very, very nice little loop. Let's see if we can come up with something on the piano that might go along with it. All right, and the last room. Now, Mum was looking for some information. So if you just show her where the music room is for the studio, she can get to the terms and conditions that she was interested in and find what she was looking for. That was a terrific lesson, Ben. Well done. Let's go back and have a look and see what you might want to do during the week to help get a bit closer towards your goals. We're still doing sight reading belts. You've got your blue one. It'd be good to start working on the next one. So have a look at the notes that you are in that section, and then we can have a look at that one next week. And you wanted to do your Penta adventure. So keep going with that new piece that we had a look at today. I'll have a new audio comment there for you and Mum to listen to. Don't forget to show off your recordings and all your lovely photos in the newsletters. And I think this week we'll probably look at the same things: technique, scales, we'll have a look at your sight reading, we'll do your lovely new repertoire piece, bit of lead sheets, and of course, remember, always finish your practice with some dessert, something easy and fun. And I will see you next week. Thank you so much for hanging around to the end of Ben's fictitious piano lesson, fictitious Ben and his fictitious very, very long piano lesson. I hope that it has given you a little bit of insight into some of the things that you can do with Google Slides. Very applicable in an online setting, as many of us have had to endure over the last several months, but also when everybody comes back to the studio, just as much fun and just as easy to use. iPad, Google Slide resource, and off you go. And of course, the other thing that you can do is develop a resource like the practice book that everything hangs off. So everything is collected in the one place. Families and students have access to everything during the week, and you have access to everything during the lessons. I hope it's also sparked a little bit of your own creativity, and you've come up with some ideas of some resources that you think you might be able to develop to help your own students. Google Slides is a very, very easy piece of software to use, very intuitive. And there are some wonderful tutorials around to help you. In the Google Slides for Piano Teachers Facebook group, there's a link to a very, very useful starting tutorial, as well as something for those of you that are more advanced. And of course, as I promised, there are several places you can go to get resources that have already been created. So let's talk about those pre-invented wheels. There's the Google Slides for Piano Teachers Facebook group. Search for that group and please join it. Lots and lots of resources already uploaded there. Most of them are free, but people are contributing more and more their own resources, so it's becoming quite rich in what's available. There's also another Facebook group that I found very, very helpful. It's called Google Classroom for Music Teachers. It's specifically for music teachers, not so much piano teachers, but it's a huge group. At the moment, it's about 30,000. So if you put anything that you're searching for up in the search box, put Google Slides at the end, you'll probably find a lot of different options there for you. And the nice thing about Google Slides is that you can always get a copy, and then you can edit it and manipulate it to suit your own studio, your own teaching style, and your own students. If you're looking for templates that have already been made, are generally available at Slides Mania or Slides Carnival is another terrific website for pre-made templates. And again, you can make a copy, edit them, change them, make them applicable to the context that you want to use them. And I have a big collection of Google Slides that's available from my website. There's about 80 resources in there at the moment. So you get my big collection of Google Slides that I've made that are original, and my big free collection as well. And they're all ready to go. You click on the link, force a copy, make your own copy, and then use as is or tweak it if you need to. And that big collection is available at the playaroundpiano.com website. So I hope you've enjoyed this little tiptoe through Google Slides. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Googling. And please leave a comment or question in the comment section below on the Facebook page, and I promise I will get back to you within a very short period of time. And happy Googling.